Hey everybody, hope that you guys can hear me. Here I am in my bed. Um, you guys, I've been noticing lately that my face has seeming to be expanding or something. My face is swollen. My arms are swollen and my face is swollen. I don't feel bad or anything. It's just my husband said to me night before last, he says, "You realize that you're swollen?" And I said, "Really?" And he says, "Yeah." So then my daughter said it to me today. And my husband's coming over to me and he's like, "Babe, you're really swollen." And I'm going, "Okay, let me really take a look at myself." And I am. And it's this side of my face that's more swollen than the other side. I've been noticing when I turn to the side, my face is really big. My face is never this big. I thought maybe um, it was the camera or something, but no, I'm really swelling in my face. And I know that I get lack of sleep, and I'm trying to think. I've done two things, well, actually three things that I don't normally do. One is I added poultry season. I started adding poultry season to my food. I don't use things like that. Okay, so I'm not sure if it's that. And the second thing that I did was I don't drink sodas. But because I have been places where there's nothing in the coolers to drink, like juice or water, I have reached for Sprite. And I have had Sprite, and that could be the cause too. So I'm looking at the poultry seasoning and the Sprite. And the third thing is, actually, there's four things. The third thing is I'm allergic to dairy. And I have had caramel sundae, knowing damn well I shouldn't be eating dairy. So that could be it also. Actually, there's five things. The fourth thing is I have been eating chips a lot. I don't cook with salt. All of a sudden, my body just started craving chips. And onion and garlic is my passion. So I'm kind of thinking it could be that. And the fifth thing is I don't sleep well. But that has been going on for years. And I guess now that I'm menopausal and older, um, that could be a factor in it too. So I stepped on the scale, checking to see that I, put on any weight, like water weight or anything. And I don't have any water weight. The scale hasn't changed. So, you guys, I am stuck trying to figure out what in the world is going on that my face is swollen and my arms. Now, the one thing that I will say is I purchased a new toothbrush. And when I purchased it, it said that it was soft. And I was using it and it cut my gum. It cut my gum on the bottom. And I didn't get out of the house for a couple of days. And so I was, using it, but my gum was cut and it was bothering me. So I'm concerned about that also. But I did change it. I did change it. So other than those six things, yeah, either the ice cream, Sprite, lack of sleep, the toothbrush, or the poultry seasoning. I'm noticing now that my thigh is swelling. I had a pain in my left leg. It's been there for a while. And it isn't like, it's not nothing that's out of the ordinary. It's just, I should say the usual. It's just, it was to the bone. And so I'm not really concerned about that. I am concerned majorly now that my left thigh is swelling. I did have a DVT there some years ago. You guys, if you look at my wrist, you'll see that my wrist is swelling. But my wrist was swollen and it was hurting not too long ago, so I didn't make much of it. I know that when I go to the store and I get waters and things like that and I lift it, my arms will swell. But this arm was swollen, and this arm could be swollen too for the same reason. I put on, if you guys listen to me, you'll hear me say I have on the wrong bra. And because I'm top heavy, I will wear sports bras because regular bras are hurting me. And I talked to my nephew the other night and I mentioned it to him. And he says, I think that they're designing bras to grant black women cancer. I said, I agree. I truly agree. But so I've been wearing sports bras and they don't grant much support because I am a 36H. Could be bigger, that's just what they measured me at. And when I wear regular bras, I have the worst neck, back, shoulder, breast pain, arm swelling in the world. And my doctor and 3 surgeons recommended that I get a reduction. I'm sorry, you guys. My words are just all over the place because I'm concerned with my body right now. And they recommended that I get a reduction, and because my breasts are too big for my body frame. My body frame is not big. My breasts are just big. It's something that's in the family, always has been. And so they reported it to the insurance, and the insurance wouldn't do anything for me. They said it's cosmetic. It's not. It's medical, or else they wouldn't have recommended it. But I did meet a white woman some years back, and she told me that Blue Cross and Blue Shield paid for her mom's surgery, and they didn't consider it cosmetic. And they also paid for her surgery, and her surgery was not for a reduction. She got implants, but different shade, different game. Anti-who's and anti-ways. I'm just concerned now with the swelling. So like I said, I understand that my arms are swollen because of the me lifting waters and wearing a bra. I put the bra on because I had on a dress, and the sports bra was not making it look like it should. It wasn't. But I'm going to have to stop giving a damn about how it looks and do what is comfortable and what is going to help me to have the best physical, how do you call it? Whatever. Not to be in pain is what I'm looking for. Not to be in pain, not to be discomforted. But as far as my face being swollen, and it's more so swollen on this side than on the other side, I need to find out what it is. Because the toothbrush that cut was on the bottom here on this side. So I'm worried. And I did have some locking in my jaw a few months ago. I'm not sure if I did any videos on it. My jaw was so locked that in here was just in agony. And so once again, I started using hot compasses today. And then I also used cool compass, but I haven't taken anything. I don't like taking medications. And I checked my cupboard, and I am out of oregano, or else I would boil some oregano and drink it. And right now, I just don't feel like going anywhere. I don't feel like doing anything. I just want to lay here. It could be allergies from me sitting outside. I'm not really sure. I'm just sitting here, well, laying here. And I was looking at a magazine, wherever it is. A magazine was really looking at me. I'm not the kind of person that gets in my bed. Once I get up, I'm up. But I'm here in my bed, and I'm not happy about it. I'm not hurting. I don't hurt anywhere. I don't feel anything. But once my thigh starts to swell on me, then I get really concerned. But this face swelling, I don't know, you guys. I have a doctor's appointment for Wednesday, and I've been trying to stay away from the doctor because my immune system is very compromised. It's very compromised with the fibromyalgia and the sickle cell. So, yeah, I will be seeing about that on Wednesday. Hopefully it will go down. I can get it to go down at some point. I may go and get some oregano, but it won't be today, even though I have to go out tonight and pick up my daughter. I won't be living in my house until I have to pick her up. And I don't know, I may stop by the groceries then and get some oregano if they're still open. But oregano works well for inflammation. And while I'm on this, you guys, I was telling my brother about something that I found out through the hematologist. Okay, so like my mom is AB. She has AB blood type. My dad was O positive. I'm not sure. I think my mom's like AB negative or something like that. Excuse me. My son has sickle cell. Now, none of my children have the same blood. Me and none of my siblings, my siblings have different blood types. Some have A, some have B, and some have O. Some have AB. Now, this is just really weird. You guys have heard me mention my sister Donna. She passed in 2016, and I miss her. I miss her terribly. But when we were younger, they told us that we had one blood type. When we became teenagers, they told us that we had a different blood type. And I thought to myself, how weird, how very weird that you could have a different blood type. And they were asking, did we have transfusions or anything? If we were A and someone gave us B, we would be dead, So I'm like, no, not at all. She's never had a, blood transfusion then at that time. And I didn't either. So, we were trying to figure out how in the hell could our blood types, change. It was just weird. Something weird was really going on. So my husband's blood type is O positive. My eldest son is O positive. My baby boy is A negative. I'm not certain what my daughter's blood type is. And at this point in the game, I don't know what my blood type is. So we were talking to hematology while my son was ill. And we found out that most of our people, when you have like a parent who has AB and a parent that has O, it is possible for you to have a recessive blood type. So I think at this point, from learning that from the hematologist, he told me that I could be A negative and have a recessive O from my dad. Or I could be AB from my mom, and that's why they were saying that my blood type was A or B, and they couldn't understand what my blood type was. Or it could be O and I have a recessive A or recessive B, I could be ABO. So I was, really glad to talk to him and to learn about that. But here's the thing now. Oh, sorry, you guys. I hope I'm not flashing my breast. Oh, no, it wasn't my breast. Good. I would hate to, could have been my breast. I don't know. Anyway, I hope not. If you've never seen a flashing breast before, you see it now. What was I saying? Oh, I was really glad to learn that. So now the thing is getting people who are truly capable of taking my blood and granting me the proper diagnosis, because if I had to have a blood transfusion, I could be seriously in trouble if they don't know what they're doing. Because a lot of times people get blood transfusions and they die from the blood transfusion saying that they had allergic reaction. What the problem is that these people don't know what they're doing, and you could be an A blood type or a B blood type and have another recessive type. There are no such thing as there's just A and B and O, you know. So with that said, please be careful out here. We got a lot of quacks. We got a lot of people that just don't care. And while I was in school, I'm going to say this really quick. While I was in university, I learned that a lot of people who were in the nursing and doctor fields that were in other classes with me were cheating their way through. They weren't doing what they were supposed to do. And the instructors weren't, not giving a damn. They were just getting passing grades. Half the time they weren't doing their work or anything else. They were in class on their phones or doing whatever. And then talking shit when they had an instructor that said something to them. And if the instructor threw them out of the class, they go back to the instructor's office and say, I'm sorry, blah, 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 blah. And the next thing you know, they were like back in class. Let that had happened to my African ass and see if I would have got back in class. I had to earn my grades. Okay, that said, I want everybody to be safe. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and have a great week. I'll be keeping up with you guys, and hopefully you keep me uplifted like I always keep you guys uplifted. All right, peace.